Hey, Chris Lipe here, helping you discover your musical voice, helping you become a more confident and comfortable singer. We spend all this time on our singing voice and, how to sing safely and not hurt yourself while you scream and belt without causing damage and sing along. We do a lot and think a lot as singers in that arena. In fact, sometimes we think so much in that direction that we forget about some things that could be sneaking in and trashing our voice that have nothing to do with singing. Even half an hour to an hour of being in an environment like that can tire your voice out like crazy. Properly trained, singing right for 3 hours feels actually better than that. One of the biggest things for my voice, and I know for a lot of other vocalists who sing regularly, one of the biggest things is being in environments where we're having to talk loudly, like a loud restaurant or bar, particularly in the evening time when it's supposed to be our time off where we're unwinding or whatever, and we've just spent the day working, probably talked, and I don't know, maybe sang a little bit during the day, and then we go out to dinner or go to a bar and unwind, and it's loud, and we talk and talk and talk and talk, and then this has happened to me a bunch of times. The next day, I'm like, man, my voice just feels horrible, and then it starts to feel better throughout the day, and then you start to sing, and you're like, I've really strained my voice. Why is it that being in a environment like that and talking loudly can do so much, at least temporary damage, but can also really screw you up in the long term if you're not careful? Well, it's because we throw a lot of good techniques and good things in general out the window when we're in that environment. We're talking like this. We're trying to project over someone else. And we don't use range-filled dynamic speaking like I'm doing when I'm delivering to you now. We have this shout, and we're doing it all in this one area of our voice. Here's me at a bar in San Francisco for my brother's pre-wedding celebrations a couple months ago. Listen to the way I talk. So I've been in there for a couple hours now, and though I'm watching what I do with my voice, I can still feel it. And it really crept up on me as I've been talking to different people, as I've been just interacting. I don't think so much about how I'm projecting, and I'm trying to hear people, I'm trying to engage with people, and watching how I use my voice is really the last thing on my mind, even though I should be cognizant of it. So this is a really easy way to mess up your voice without knowing it. In that range. I'm even outside the bar when I'm filming this video because it's too loud to actually do it in there. But I'm still doing that. I'm very, very limited in how I'm speaking, and I'm projecting loudly over time. I was there for several hours, and my voice was, even though I was thinking about it, my voice was not in great shape the following day. Before we go any further, if you want help using your regular speech voice to help your singing, be sure to join my free vocal course linked below. I go over that at length in that course. So what can we do in these environments? We don't want to miss out on opportunities to socialize or to be there for friends and family or whatever. What can we do in those environments to make sure we don't screw up our voice? Well, here's what I've had to do and had to think about. These situations present themselves often. I have to be cognizant of my vocal budget. What am I doing throughout the day? Am I having to use my voice for work? Am I filming YouTube videos? Am I doing voiceover? Do I have a social event that I need to go to? what's that environment going to be like? I have to think about these things because I use my voice for so many different things. Thinking about it and planning for it is really most of what we need to be doing. Just being attentive to the fact that, oh, I've got this thing where I'm going to be speaking loudly tonight. I better be restful thinking the rest of the day. Don't plan something that has to happen on that day when you've got something else that has to happen with your voice that evening. The other thing that I like to do when I'm in those environments in particular is make sure that I am, while not violating people's personal space, that I'm in good proximity to who I'm speaking with. I will intentionally, unless we're sitting down, I'll intentionally, go over to a different area where someone's not shouting directly in my ear that I have to compete with. Or I might even, if I'm having a good conversation with someone, I might even go outside like I just did. Not to take away from the environment, but to just have that in the back of my mind that I need to take care of my voice. Because not only for talking, but for singing, I need to be able to use it. And the other thing that I'll do a lot of, which I think comes back in a different way to be beneficial for the social situation, is when I get environments like this, I try to ask a lot of questions. Have other people talk. It gives me a chance to hear about what they're doing, what they're going through, what they're experiencing, and it gives me a chance to rest. So there's multiple benefits there. And then lastly, and I've said this in other videos, try to use range-filled dynamic speaking. Don't stick to one area of your voice and shout a long time like this. Don't do that. Even if you have to project loudly, do things that help you go up in pitch. Utilize your head resonance more and down in pitch. Up in pitch and down in pitch. You don't want to be ridiculous, but have that in the back of your mind and you will notice that your voice will last longer. It's what I do on these videos, and it's more like singing. This is why, even half an hour to an hour of being in an environment like that can tire your voice out like crazy. But properly trained, singing right for 3 hours feels actually better than that. Range-filled dynamic speaking is a huge way to apply what we have worked on with our voice, with our singing voice, to our speech, going the other direction. So keep in mind that sort of thing when you're in loud environments like this. So not a singing video directly for you in this video, but this is really important, and it's a sneaky, sneaky problem for lots of people. So I thought it was worth covering. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to join my free vocal course if you haven't already to take your voice to the next level and learn how to save it for the long term for sure. And we'll see you for more.